Have you ever wondered what sets the best copywriters apart from everybody else? It's not usually their ability to write, it's not their ability to storytell. And while that is important, there's really just one main research factor that gives them the edge over the norm. Welcome back to the Bonaventure MS Digital Marketing Show. My name's Jonathan, and today I want to talk to you about the concept of sticky research, or sticky words, sticky phrases. You might have heard it just with the word sticky and then whatever general associative noun is being used in popular marketing culture right now. And the reason why I want to talk to you about this is that it's actually a really great thing. I've got a client right now who I'm working with, and she has a background in marketing. Right now she's working on a coaching business, right? But her background's in marketing. And I found it so great because as we started the project, we didn't have a ton of work to get into together right away for research because she already had all of this figured out. And that's really going to give me the edge when working with her because everything's going to be so much more efficient and so much more effective because she used her knowledge of her industry to give me all the tools and all the resources that I need to make this project the best I've ever done. So what sticky research is really just figuring out what your dream clients and your dream prospects are saying about the product or about the service that you're offering, and then weaving that into your copy. So the way that you can do that is there are three ways that I've found that I really enjoy, and it seems like this client of mine does exactly the same thing. So the first way to do it is by looking through Facebook groups that are related to the topic, right? So the reason why I really like Facebook groups is that you can get in there and you can see what people are complaining about and what they're saying in their natural habitat to other people who are just as interested in your thing as they are. So let's say that I'm selling fitness, right? I'm a personal trainer, I'm a health coach. I go into Facebook groups about personal training and about health coaching, right? Like people trying to lose weight, people trying to find good diets, people trying to find good exercise routines, and I see exactly what they're saying about what they like, what they dislike, and then what questions they have. And this is a really beautiful process because once you figure out what they like, then in your copy you put the emphasis on those points. When you figure out what they dislike, in your copy you put emphasis on the fact that you have the opposite of whatever that is, right? Let's say they bought a program and they're like, oh, I really hate that it was just audio. Then you come out and you're like, hey, my programs actually get a lot of videos in it. So you just flip that thing that they disliked into a reason why they should buy. And then with questions that they have, you can be sure to address that within your copy to tell them either the solutions to these questions are within the program, or here are the solutions to your questions, and you can get more in-depth details within the program, right? So you can turn all of that information into copy. And that's really great because then you're abiding by the rule of getting inside your customer's head and meeting them where they're at, rather than just trying to invent whatever you think that they're thinking about, right? So all of that stuff, just grab exact quotes, move it into a Google Doc or a Word document, and that is what we call sticky phrases or sticky words, right? So that's all that term means. Moving into number two, another way that I like to do it is through Amazon. And the reason why I like Amazon is that just like Facebook, it's unfiltered, although on Amazon I find people to be a little bit more pretentious than they are on Facebook. Like you have a guy who's rated 863rd top reviewer in the self-development category, and he's like, I first purchased this book on the thought of da-da-da, and I had a whim that whatever, and then he tells a huge story, and you get nothing at all that's good out of that because he's not like most normal people. He's just writing that for people to think he's cool on Amazon. So you have to be a little bit wary of that. But On Amazon, you'll also find a lot of normal people. And what you want to do specifically is look at 4-star reviews, that's a star. And you want to look at 2-star reviews in addition to the top overall reviews. And what that is going to do is you're going to avoid the people who are absolutely negative, which is not helpful at all, because that's just someone that hated everything about it, and that means that they're not the right person to sell to anyway. And you're going to avoid the hardcore fanboys, which are usually just buying the thing because it's associated to something that they really love, right? So if it's an author they really love, they're like, haha, Stephen King has done it again. Or if it's, they could also be someone who's got really just no negative thoughts and they hype up everything that they do. That's kind of like how I am, so no hate. But that's not really a useful review for you if they're just like, wow, that was great, perfect, whatever, right? Because then you get no criticism. Someone who gives 4 stars is going to give the reason why it's not 5. And someone who gives 2 stars is going to give you reasons why it's not 1, right? You just have to dig around and think a little bit about it, but it'll be in there somewhere. Then point number 3, where I like to do research, is with publications. And the reason why I love publications is that, let me just put a $sign there, because publications spend literally millions of dollars every single year researching what the right type of content would be for their audience. So if you find a niche magazine, if you're working in parenting, right, there's a bunch of parent magazines, and you can read through the parenting magazines, figure out what are the trends in the industry right now, and what are they writing about specifically within those headlines, within that body copy? How are they writing about it? How are they framing their headlines? And all of that reflects exactly where the market's awareness and where the sophistication is right now. So the publications, you should be doing it as an afterthought to these two, because this is directly communicating with your audience. But this is extremely useful as well because you have millions of dollars of data at your fingertips without having to spend that kind of time or that kind of money yourself to figure all of this out. Now, that's pretty much it. You know, you don't even have to leave the house. You don't have to hop on the phone with anyone. You're going to be set if you just do these 3 things for your customer research. And that's going to make everything so much more impactful because you're going to know exactly what to say every single time and make it as high conversion as possible. So on that, I'm going to leave you. Let me know, what is your favorite research method? Because you can also do phone calls. You can also do a bunch of other stuff. I want to know, what is it that you like the most and what you found the most success with. So if you can drop that in the comments and let me know, I would love to hear. And if ever you have any questions, send me a DM, leave a comment asking, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you next week.